This is lesson 7.2, allowance method of recording uncollectible accounts expense. This is found on page 204 of your book. The adjustment using the percentage of sales method. So what we're doing here is we are knowing that some people are not going to be able to pay on their account. We don't know who that's going to be, but we have to budget for it because we can't just be unrealistic and say everyone's going to pay. We're going to have no trouble in our business. So we need to make sure that we have some way of estimating our uncollectible accounts expense. So one way to do that is using the percentage of sales method. So at the beginning of the fiscal period, we decide what percentage we are going to account for. So in this case, we've taken 0.5%. So we think 0.5% of our net sales will be uncollectible. So we'll take 113,285.75 and multiply that by 0.5% to get 566.43. So we think that at the end of that fiscal year, $566.43 will be uncollected. So we need to compute that estimated uncollectible accounts expense and then record it as an adjustment on your worksheet. So you will go into your allowance for uncollectible accounts and credit there, and then you will debit your uncollectible accounts expense. Remember, your expense is debited, so debit uncollectible accounts expense, credit your allowance for uncollectible accounts. The adjustment using aging of accounts receivable. Analyzing accounts receivable recording to when they are due is called aging accounts receivable. Rosedale Incorporated ages accounts receivable at the end of each fiscal period as shown here. This provides information for the uncollectible accounts expense. They sell in terms of 210 net 30, so they expect their customers to pay their net amount within 30 days. So if they have not received in 30 days, it does mail a reminder to the customer. If it has not received cash in 60 days, the company will make special attempts to collect the amount due. If the business has not collected on account after 90 days, it stops selling on account to that customer until all collections have been made. You can see here this adjustment using aging of accounts receivable. The days past due, if it's between 1 and 30 days past due, 31 and 60 days past due, okay, you can see the amount that they are collecting. This is their account balance. This is what it is if it's not yet due and how much they paid. You can tell that these, this person here, Kathy Quay, owes $238, but her not yet due is $200. She, it looks like, took advantage of that 210 net 30. But these percentages down here will show you what's the percentage of people that are not going to pay in this certain column. So if it is not yet due, we have estimated that 0.1% of these people will not pay. If they are 1 to 30 days past due, we think 0.2% of them will not pay. If they're 31 to 60 days past due, 0.4. 10% when you get to 61 to 90 days will not pay, and 80% of these that are over 90 days past due will not pay on their account. Adjustments using percentage of accounts receivable. We have our age group here. It's set up just about the same. You're not yet due, on the percentages of which will not pay, and then the amount that will be uncollected. So instead of having this for each person, this is that estimate for each group. So you will compute an estimate for each age group, compute the total estimate, and compute the addition to the allowance account. So what you have already had in your uncollectible, and you will make that here. Writing off an uncollectible account with your allowance method. On January 5th, you wrote off Candace Rhodes' past due account as uncollectible 4280 Memorandum 71. You will debit your allowance for uncollectible accounts and credit this accounts receivable so that this goes back to a zero balance, and now it has gone back into your uncollectible account. Collecting a written off account allowance method. So on April 5th, we did receive cash in full for Candace Rhodes' account that was previously written off as uncollectible. So what we need to do now is go back and take that out of our uncollectible account. So we will debit our accounts receivable because now she owes that again, and then we will take it out and do it in our cash receipts journal. And then we will credit our allowance for uncollectible accounts because that won't be uncollectible anymore. She has paid it. And then down here in our cash receipts, we need to reopen that cash account and record the cash receipt. So it will be in our accounts receivable debit of $42.80 and our cash debit of $42.80.